Hey, Breaking Brown family, what's going on? This is a special Tuesday because I missed Monday. This is a special Tuesday edition of Breaking Brown Live. Coming to you. You already know what I have to talk to you about. You've seen the title. You already know what it is. But before that, I know some of you are checking your notifications and you did not expect to see a live video today because maybe you missed last week or whatever the case may be. So, take your time. Get your libations, get your fruit juice, your drink, your wine, your vodka, your scotch if you're an old white man. And get yourselves together. Also, if you're watching right now while I wait for people to come in, you can go to donatebrown.com and make a one-time donation. If you want to make a monthly donation, you can go to breakingbrown.com. Okay? You can also go to, if you go to breakingbrown.com, I also do a newsletter I send out every Sunday, once a week. It's $2 a month. And it's links and stuff that I find. It's like curation, links that I find that I think are good for political education, good for the black community. So if you want to subscribe, you can do that at breakingbrown.com as well. Also, go to subscribe to Brown and subscribe to my list because I want to collect the list of people so that we can do this and I don't have to necessarily come through YouTube or come through Facebook. If everything gets shut down, I would like a list of emails of people who support Breaking Brown. So, take care of that for me. If share this, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button, please. If you have not already hit that button, please take care of that. Hey, everybody. Hey, family. Hey, Miss D. Hey, Mac. What's going on? Listen. We got a lot to talk about. And I normally know how to frame everything that I talk about, but I don't know how to frame this. But I think it deserves some type of intelligent contextualization beyond just this sort of genderized conversation that we always have. And it deserves a context that gives, that speaks to the heft of the situation. And yes, I'm talking about the R. Kelly situation. Now, I was minding my own business, not bothering nobody, and wasn't nobody bothering me. Okay? I wasn't bothering nobody, and wasn't nobody bothering me. But I see this story come out from BuzzFeed, and you can put that up, clip one arm if you got it up. I see it come out. And I'm like, what's going on with R. Kelly? Why is R. Kelly trending? I thought he was just doing a little smooth music or whatever. Why is he trending now? I didn't even know he had a new album. I don't follow. So I see he's trending. I look up why he's trending, and he's trending because there are allegations. There are allegations that he has a cult-like following of these women, young women, ages 18, 19, 22, somewhere around there. And now we have this whole you have people talking about R. Kelly is awful. You have people saying, the man is out to get R. Kelly, and everybody's in there, everybody's taking their square. Everybody's taking their square, right? Everybody's over here, everybody got their gloves on, everybody fighting. But this goes to the conversations we always have, though. Everything is an individualistic thing. We never think about what created these girls who are with R. Kelly and these young women who are with and have been with R. Kelly, and we don't think about what created R. Kelly and what created this sort of dysfunction in him that we know well. That that people around him have told us time and time again, he has an issue with underage girls. So there's a lot going on here that needs to be unpacked, and we have to unpack it in a way that is respectful to everyone. That's what has to happen. Far too often, we just go about mocking people and talking about people. And I'm going to do one mocking tonight, but it's deserved. But that's what we normally do. I want to provide a context, though, for this conversation. And I think, I have sympathy for the parents. I actually have sympathy for everybody involved here. Abused people abuse. But you have to ask yourself about the context that led to this person becoming this person who engages with 14 or 15 year olds allegedly, but Aaliyah wasn't alleged. So I mean, we had a Cook County marriage license. Okay, so that wasn't alleged. So there was a reporter. Let's go back to the BuzzFeed. For those of you who have been hiding under a rock, there was a reporter named Jim Derogatis. Whatever. It all started with him. Now, before you say the BuzzFeed, I understand the BuzzFeed reported a dossier about Trump that was bad and all that stuff. I understand all that. But before you say that BuzzFeed is out to get R. Kelly, one of the things you have to understand is that this reporter from the Chicago Sun-Times has been reporting on this for a while. He has been reporting on this for a while. He was one of the ones in the Chicago Sun-Times who got the original tape of the young woman, the young girl who was being urinated on by R. Kelly. He was there. So he's been reporting on this for a long time. Now, the report was well sourced. Had quotes from the parents. Had quotes from people who knew R. Kelly. It had a lot of quotes. It was a well sourced article where they said R. Kelly was kind of telling women when to go, telling these young ladies when to go to the bathroom, when to sit down, when to eat. They have the permission to use the phone. He gives them new phones so they can't use their old phones. And reach out, and someone said that the writer, the headline of the BuzzFeed article basically said this is a cult. These women are involved in a cult, and put up clip 2. One of your ladies says, no, this is not a cult. I am here of my own free will. She went on TMZ and said, I am here of my own free will. And I stopped talking to my parents because they were basically causing a lot of problems. They would cause a lot of problems for me. They would cause a lot of problems for R. Kelly. And she, towards the end of the interview, was something kind of strange, where they asked her, is she free? Does she have roommates, or is she free to leave and go as she pleases? And she said, I don't want to talk about that. I don't really want to answer that. Which was interesting. Now, if you go to clip 3, and this is a MP4. This is a video. Oh, okay. I'm gonna set this up. This is the family. This is the family of the girls. The parents of the girls who say that they've been, these girls they're in a cult. They're in an R. Kelly cult. They don't call home. They live with R. Kelly. 21-year-old and 19-year-old girls live with an almost 50-year-old man. And the only reason we don't know he ain't 50 because Generation X don't age. They don't age. We just dye our hair and stuff. And so you don't even get to see R. Kelly because we just refuse to age. We're not gonna do anything different than we've been doing. We're not gonna gray. We're not gonna stop wearing hats to the back. We just gonna let you think if we age well, you think that we goddamn 24 still. So you don't even know when you look at R. Kelly because he projects young. So I want you to listen, and I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'll tell I'm going to stop. We're going to stop. Now, I want you to just bear with me for a little while if you haven't heard this. And I'm going to come back. And I'm going to say something that probably going to get me in trouble, but it's how I feel. Because there's a lot of blame to go around here. And we're going to connect all this back to black wealth. We're going to connect all this back to black poverty. We're going to connect all this back to black parenting. But I want you to watch this for me. I want you to take a look at this for me. So I'm hit it and I want you to hit it and we'll take it in about, I'll tell you.
For months in, years in, until he released these girls and put them back where they belong. My daughter was off in college at the time, and I haven't seen her since. I want to thank y'all for coming out, and I'm going to let someone else speak. I'm going to let my wife speak, and then I'm also going to let Shantae speak if she wants to.
Can you tell us your name first?
My name is Timothy Savage.
Tim, before you leave the microphone, though, can we ask you, it's a pretty serious charge to say that your daughter's being held against her will. How old is she, and what evidence do you have she's being held against her will?
My daughter is, right now, she's 21 at this time. I'm going to ask some questions after this. So if you can hold your questions, I'm going to ask a couple questions for people. So allow my family and friends to speak and guests to speak so we can have that honor to share and put this out here, okay? Thank you. This is my wife, Jonjelyn Savage.
Spell your name, please.
I'm Jonjelyn. It's spelled Jonjelyn. The house that we're standing in front of today is the first time I've been at this location. But through the sources of Cheryl Mack, which was his assistant that gave me information about the guest house. Also, I have pictures of where the house was, inside this house where he resided, where he had rooms set up for like a hotel for the girls to stay in. And he also had a black room where they do different acts, sexual acts in, and then he had the separate rooms, 3 separate rooms, total 4 rooms in his house, which they have it all identical set up. My daughter's severely brainwashed. She's brainwashed to the point where she says anything that he asks her to say. She's not the same Jocelyn that we knew when we met. I've reached out to Diane Copeland and Alicia Evans, which are the madams that watches over the girls, and they would not give me any information about my daughter. So we just want him to release her and let her go on with her life, because he's affected too many young girls over the years. And I just wanted her home and to try to get her rehabilitated to the Jocelyn that we know and miss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please give us your name, please.
My name is Asante McGee, Asante. I had an encounter with R. Kelly, and I lived with him at another location that's not far from here. I've participated and witnessed a lot of acts that I did not agree with, and the way he manipulates each and every woman that comes around. I'm blessed to have a strong will mind, and the things that I've witnessed. I have a 17-year-old daughter myself, and I always thought this to be my daughter. I've been reading the blogs. Everybody's saying that, oh, we're lying. R. Kelly's not this monster. He's not that person. I've always been a fan of R. Kelly from day one. I was always defending him until I got behind closed doors. I've reached out to the Savages as well as Isabel Clary parents because I saw both of their daughters, and I did not like what I was seeing. Again, I felt like if this was my daughter doing this, I would want somebody to come out to me and help me. So I've been with them and just giving them as much information that I've seen, just living in the house with them. And it just took a whole bunch of encounters that finally I got the willpower to just walk away. So I've been gone since last summer, but I've stayed in contact with them after I left and gave them as much updates that I could give them as far as the conditions that's treated, where you have to ask to be, take a bath, permission to shower, to eat, permission to go from one room to the next. He really manipulates your mind because of who he is and his fame. So if it wasn't because of his fame and you're happy because you're with R. Kelly.
He really manipulates you because of his fame. He manipulates you because of his fame. Now, ladies, I'm going to get back to the manipulation that people do because of their fame. But let me just say one thing. And you're going to be mad. But let me just say, there's a lot of blame to go around here. Let me tell you. I see the mom, and I don't know why you send your mom off to R. Kelly. But another thing I see is this. When I see the daddy, he coming out there with a Bluetooth on, and I'm just waiting for him to go, woo, 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 like he's Jodeci. Like the sixth member of Jodeci. Listen, what I see when I saw this man, like he's waiting for his come up too. Everybody think that these kids are their lottery ticket, right? So you waiting for your come up too. That's why you sent her out. You gonna be Beyonce Knowles' daddy, right? Is that, at least that's what you thought when you put your daughter, you're a man, right? You're supposed to be the protector. You put her in the proximity of someone who is known to be allegedly, because you ain't suing me. But we know about Aaliyah, we know about the video we saw, we know about the court, we know about your history. There's an article I'll bring up later that kind of details this. You are putting your kid in the proximity of this man, and now you're coming back on TV talking about, I want my daughter back. But why'd you send your daughter there, man? You are a father. But that's not what you wanted to be. You probably, when you see the aspiration, you raise this aspirational child because you're aspirational like that. And not in a way that's great or really good. You're aspirational in a way that's dysfunctional to you and her. You got a brand new suit, brand new tie, brand new haircut, brand new everything. This is about you just as much as it's about her. This was about your payday and getting her next to R. Kelly, and now you're upset because she won't come home. All of this, the context in which these people are in this situation is a problem. And I'm going to talk about the larger context in a minute, but let's talk about the parental context as well. I'm not saying that excuses anything that R. Kelly did or has done or is doing. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying this man had a plan for his life based on what he thought his child could do. And that's not the way it works. And I'm saying capitalism and the way it's set up right now has a plan for your kid. So it teaches you and your kid to want all this stuff. So your kid wants all this stuff, and so you can't give it, and they have all these dreams, and there's no pipeline anymore to a successful life. So what do you do when there's no pipeline to a successful life? You go in the direction of the people who have the most money in your community. That girl and those girls at that house, they all want to be Aaliyah. They all want to be Aaliyah. They all want to be Beyonce. They all want to be these people. And that's the prism through which they see themselves. Right? That's the prism. Again, I have sympathy for them. And I have sympathy for the larger context in which we all exist as African Americans in this country. I have sympathy for that. But don't play on my intelligence. Like you weren't banking on your kid to make it big. Oh, she gonna be with R. Kelly and I can protect her. I mean, I'm gonna be around. No, you not. No, you're not. That's what Generation X does, though. You know, and you know, he looks like. Put up clip number 4, Army.
I got a question though.
Go ahead.
What's the difference between that guy and LeVar Ball?
They all banking on the kids.
And
the only difference is the only difference is LeVar Ball did was okay. He wasn't rich enough, but he was okay because he had played sports and he was okay. But they're all doing that. Like LeVar Ball is getting. I mean, isn't he getting like a show now, a reality show? That I mean, just narcissistic. Like we have to learn to at a certain point. If you have kids, life ain't about you no more. It's about your kid. You don't get to go and be the show. You had your time to be the show. You get to be a parent. You get to try to be wise and impart wisdom on your kid. You don't get to be the attention.
Right? So that's what separates, say, Joe Jackson and LeVar Ball. Like Joe Jackson wasn't about himself; he was about his kids. Or like,
well, not being in the forefront. He beat him to death. That was a problem. But yeah, allegedly.
I don't need Jackson lawyers coming after me either. No, but and same with Richard Williams, Serena and Venus's dad. It was never really about him.
Yeah, it was never about Richard Williams. He didn't try to be. He
was a fierce defender of his girls.
Yeah, he was a fierce defender of his girls. You were gonna be in trouble if you mess with his girls. Like he made the news because the journalist was like he's acting up on the sidelines again, but he wasn't trying to get in the papers.
Right.
He did you don't know he was trying to defend his girls, and that's how he did it.
All right, so that's a difference.
And how would he know how to do it differently, given where we come from? He shouldn't do it like that. Who are you to say what Richard Williams should or shouldn't do? You don't come from what he came from. Be quiet.
He should fight by Marquise of Queensberry rules.
Yes, he should just articulate himself differently. Listen, the man raised 2 phenomenal tennis players. You could never have done that. I still haven't seen anybody do that. So you don't get to say what he did or should or shouldn't do. I'm just saying that. But I'm saying this dad. I mean, oh my God. This is how we see ourselves. This is how and this is the problem with all this celebrity reporting about who got the latest car.
Should we put up the Beyonce?
Put up the yes, absolutely. This is the problem with reporting on what celebrities make and who they are and what they have, as if you live through them. You don't live vicariously through these people. These people don't know you. Most people don't care about you or me. And that's what we like. Well, Beyonce made highest paid of 2006. And so this girl who's at R. Kelly's house is thinking that she's gonna be Beyonce, and she can traffic. R. Kelly can traffic off that and leverage that to his benefit. He knows she's not gonna be Beyonce, but he know what she can do, and we all know what she can do. We all know what she can do. You know, this is, you know, let me just say this first. I'm trying to talk about the larger context here, right? The larger context here in clip 5, Army, is the increasing poverty in African American communities. You know, R. Kelly's doing a lot of this in Duluth, Georgia. I'm in Georgia. He's doing a lot of this in Duluth, Georgia. Duluth is a more affluent area. But it's still a suburb. And a lot of these suburbs, what you're seeing is more poverty. You're seeing more poverty in these suburbs. So amongst black people, you're seeing more poverty. You're seeing black women especially. You can hit it out. You're seeing black women especially deal with more poverty. Right? $5. When you see black women, median black women worth $5. Middle black woman's worth $5. Single black woman, $5. When you see that, you know why she's with R. Kelly. When you see that, you know what she's doing there. This is her one shot. And what I keep saying what I keep saying here is that we need to create a space where these black people don't have to be like R. Kelly's my one shot. We talked about Hollywood before on this show and how they're not, you know, they go out and seek non-African American actors. We've talked about music and how they're not paying like they used to. They're not creating moguls like Jay-Z, or they're not creating moguls like Diddy anymore. There's a reason why all of those people are in their late 40s. Hollywood ain't investing like that anymore. These are things you make right with black politics. I want this girl to be like, I ain't got to go there. I ain't got to be bothered with R. Kelly. I can go to Juilliard. I can do whatever I need to do to take care of myself because the world is open to me. When the world shuts its doors, what you have is a situation that creates kings and lords. And you have prostitutes. And people that become prostitutes because of the context in which they find their lives and the context of their situation. R. Kelly is flashing around more money than a lot of these people have ever seen in their life. Nobody's seen. R. Kelly can do a show right now and sell out. And these girls and these women, young women, have not seen that kind of money. And they don't see how they have this aspiration. They're not even looking for a life that says I can have a good life. They all want to be Beyonce. Nobody wants a good life no more. Everybody wants to be a superstar. So you have, on one hand, you have all of this wild aspiration just bottled up. On the other hand, you have a life, we're not undergirded by anything as African Americans. So she's saying over there, I'm not going to have any, not only am I not going to be how this life, I'm not going to have a good life at all. So what do you do with that? So not only that, so people say, well, Yvette, it's all about rape or molestation or whatever. No, it's not just about that. R. Kelly is in a position to leverage his power. This is a situation of power dynamics and how in the interrelationship. He could do the same thing with a young man in terms of just saying, hey, come on and work for me for free and I'm going to hook you up later. That's still taking advantage of someone based on a dream that you're allowing them to believe in. Because what else they gonna do? Where else they gonna go? And so go ahead.
Yeah, see, what we have here is we don't have any middle income wages. We don't have any middle class wages. So you're looking at working for poverty wages at the chicken shack.
Yeah.
Or taking a shot with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Like, there should be a lot of other options we have as black people.
And there should be a lot of other, like, I don't gotta be Beyonce.
I don't have to. No, yeah.
I mean, and R. Kelly can't make me into Beyonce.
And R. Kelly can't make me into Beyonce.
That's like hitting the lotto. And parents, I've said this before, but your child is not your lottery ticket. You don't get to pawn her off to R. Kelly because you thought that was gonna make her a star. You weren't doing that for just her. You were doing that for you. She can buy you a house and buy you a car. Take the responsibility for what you did. Sixth member of Jodeci. And I mean, there's another thing, like, I think we put this up, but like, it's almost as if, I mean, we talk about, you know, it's funny. I hear black people all the time say, well, we come from kings and queens. Listen, anywhere there are kings and queens, there are serfs. I mean, there are peasants.
Yeah.
So that means the majority of the people are peasants. That's the collective. That's who we need to galvanize around. You don't galvanize around the kings and queens. You galvanize around the community. And the community isn't made up of kings and queens.
Right.
It's not a monarchy. That's not how it works.
But people think the opposite of their situation is being a king.
Yeah, but it ain't.
But it ain't. No, it's being part of a stable community.
Yeah, stable community, financially stable, where you can just live your life and not have to be on the edge all the time.
The opposite of poverty is stability. It's not being a king. But I talked about this yesterday, Michelle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not. It's just. I mean, and then people say, well, it's funny when people talk about choice. Say we had a choice, or these girls had a choice. I want you to, Armin, give me that example one time. You gave an example one time about you have a choice and you need broccoli.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you walk into a store and you're really hungry, but you want to eat right. You walk into a store and you're like, you want to get a nice meal with like some produce and then maybe some protein. You want to do it right. Maybe get a grain in there too, and like do it all right, like a nice balance. Stuff, yeah. So you're like, you walk into the store and you're excited, right? Because you walk into a store and you're gonna get like what you're gonna cook for dinner, but all that store has is 17,000 brands of cereal. Sugary cereal. Yep. But they got all the different kinds of sugary cereal.
Yep.
All the different kinds. They got different brands. And then you go to the manager and you say, hey, manager, I came to the store and I'd kind of like some broccoli and I'd like, some steak over there, maybe some milk and some water, and like I'd want like some rice over here. But like you just have a bunch of different kinds of cereal. And the manager's like, why are you complaining? You're spoiled. Look at all the choices you have. And you're like, yeah, but like none of these choices are good for me.
Yeah.
like all of these choices are for like you because you have a deal with Kellogg.
Yep.
Like this is about like the choices before me are about your deal with Kellogg's, not what I need for my health.
About me. And so the choice all the choices here gonna give me diabetes.
So that's choice. Every one of them is going to give me diabetes.
Everyone's going to give me diabetes.
And that's the difference between choice and freedom. Freedom is when the choices is about you. Freedom is when the choices before you are about you. That's freedom. When you just have choice, those choices could be about like the manager's deal with the killer, all these other people who aren't you.
Yep.
Right?
And that's the thing.
So freedom is when it's about you. The choices are about what you need for your life.
And if you don't have money, your choices are constrained. Your choices are constrained. Yeah. That's your life. And so don't talk to me about the choices that the girls have and they have a choice. Yeah, their choices are constrained. Who is going to turn down being with a multimillionaire? Even I know he's had financial trouble, but he can do a show tomorrow night and make $50,000. Easy. Who is going to turn down that and go back home? When that back home doesn't have those choices. This is a choice between money and no money. I ain't going home. I don't care how much my mama called me. I'm not going home. I might not have a stable life. I don't know how my life gonna end up right here with R. Kelly. I go out to eat at nice restaurants. I do great things. And I see things I never seen. And he say he gonna make me a star. Right? Now let me say something. Put up that clip. Now, y'all, I got a lot of y'all on here who was saying that, well, Yvette, when Donald Trump said, grab him by the punani, everybody was upset. And I understand why. I understand that. But what I'm telling you is that Donald Trump told the truth. He said, when you make this kind of money, you can grab women by the punani. And I'm telling you that's the truth. It's the truth for R. Kelly, it's the truth for Donald Trump, and this is the life. When we're at a level of historic income inequality, you can do whatever you want. When you have lords, kings, and queens, we might as well be Game of Thrones. There are no rules. The only way you get that back is if you change. And you change it to a point where we don't have that kind of inequality. Nobody's all the way up there and somebody's all the way down here. I find that a lot of times when I talk about inequality, nobody knows what I mean. Well, what you mean, Yvette? People can't be rich. I'm telling you right now what it means.
What about, someone mentioned this. This is actually good. A lot of blacks, who said this? Rob Myers. A lot of blacks don't want to be regular people. It's get rich or die trying.
Yeah, you don't want to be regular.
Apparently, get rich or die trying, there are consequences.
50 Cent.
This is the consequence of get rich or die trying.
This is the consequence of get rich or die trying.
You don't think that there are consequences to that.
You're going to teach your kid to get molested or die trying. Anything. Anything is worth. I'll do anything to get rich. I will do anything.
This is the consequence.
And some of these parents will do anything to get rich too. and that is not beneficial to you and what your child is doing. Okay? Get rich or die trying. Not be a part of a community. Not have a good life. You can have a good life with your family where you have abundant, food, water. You don't have scarcity. You don't have to worry. You have a work day that allows you to go out on a hike or do something you ain't never did before. The problem is we don't even know that exists because we don't have it. We don't even know what it looks like to have a good life where you can go and relax and enjoy yourself and not be rich. But you don't have to worry about bills or nothing. That's what you should want. I don't have to worry about no bills. I make more than enough money.
And everybody around me, nobody around me.
And everybody around me, all my people making money. And my people ain't working all day either. Ain't nobody coming in, man, I was hustling. I just got off at 11. No, get off at a good hour. We all gonna go run down by the lake and have a good time. We're gonna barbecue for a while. And that's on a Wednesday. That ain't on the 4th of July. That's just a regular day. How you live your life. Easy breezy. That's what we should be pushing for. Not for a few people to make it big. Because when that happens, you get these situations. Yeah. You get these situations. And let me just touch on something else. Put that up, Army. This is a consequence of living in a world where black people are just falling. Where we're just falling to the bottom. That's what happens when you just fall into the bottom as a group of people. Anybody who is black who has some money can do whatever they want. They can write that Steve Harvey email and say, don't come next to me. I don't want you to be around and I ain't talking to you in the hallway. Because what you gonna do? Middle black family got 1,700. What you gonna do? You can't do nothing. You can't go nowhere. Where you gonna go? The unemployment is high as everything around here. You can't go nowhere. That's how you get to treat people like lords and kings instead of an employer. And people say, well, there's choice to go to different jobs. No, the choice is with the employer. They can always find a new employee. You can't always find a new job. Ain't no choice for you. And they know that. You don't think Steve Harvey knows that they can't go nowhere before he wrote that email? And don't come telling me, like I said in the previous episode, oh, well, he just wanted some quiet time. He could have got his assistant to write a decent email. And say, hey, Steve Harvey wants his time, to do his thing. So, give him some time, give him some space, and I'll make an appointment for you. I would never write no email like that. Now look, even black women, put up next clip too, Aaron. Even black women we're talking about just regular black women. Even black women who are kind of like doing their thing, they ain't even making it. We're talking about people who want to be entrepreneurs and stuff. They ain't making it either.
Ooh.
Ain't nobody making it. That's the problem. See, if you make it and you got a good life, you don't want to just go and be with a millionaire who takes your cell phone and who promise you he gonna make you into the next Beyonce. You don't want to do that no more. That's not your goal. Things in life change when you create stability in communities. It's embarrassing how few black female founders get funded. We ain't getting funded. We ain't getting funded. And these are real entrepreneurs. These aren't somebody who just started a pop-up shop. These are real people. Hey, Aaron. Block.
Okay.
Some of y'all got to go. Some of y'all in the chat have got to go. Okay. Now, this is where we are, and I want you to, have I gotten clip 8 or 9, Aaron?
Well, we just talked about.
Have I gotten to that? Have I gotten that? Because I'm feeling, I want to make sure I get to everything. I want to make sure I touch on everything. Put that up. This is your life. Y'all remember that show, This Is Your Life? This is your life. And this is the context around R. Kelly. This is our life. Ain't nothing you can do about it right now. This is our life, though.
Right there.
Yeah. This is what we experience.
Turns out it was worse for us.
But you said turns out. Who knew? But we got so many choices. Young black girls got choices. And let me tell you something. Listen. One thing y'all got to stop doing for me is stop telling me that this man did not do what he did. This man has a history going back about 20 years, if not 30 years, of showing up at schools and stuff, and according to a Village Voice articles, giving young girls tennis shoes, and we got him on tape. We got everything R. Kelly did. Stop telling me this is the white man out to get him, and stop seeing yourself through black celebrities. If a black celebrity fall, it ain't got nothing to do with you. If you a black man and a black celebrity fall, that ain't got nothing to do with, that's no skin off your back. He ain't nobody out to get R. Kelly. R. Kelly ain't no activist. R. Kelly ain't funding nothing. R. Kelly ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody got no reason to be out to get R. Kelly. So stop telling me, they just trying to destroy R. Kelly. For what? Why would they be trying to destroy R. Kelly? For what reason? Maybe, just maybe, he did the stuff they said he did. I mean, we have it on tape. Allegedly. We have a since he said it just looked like me. We have a Cook County where he married Aaliyah when she was about 15 or 14, whatever she was. Like at some point, like our inability to assess information is problematic. It's the same thing when I come on here and I say, well, the middle black family 1,700, middle white family 100,000, and somebody says, I don't believe that. You crazy? You crazy then? I said, well, I don't believe R. Kelly. You crazy? We got evidence that he did that. Now we can talk about why and the situation led to it, but don't talk to me and say that didn't happen. I ain't crazy. You crazy? He did. He's been doing it for a long time. And he didn't cross over. Bill Cosby crossed over. He didn't cross over. Don't nobody care about little black girls? And his music is black. He don't make music for all people. And the thing is, this isn't just a white black thing anyway, because Hollywood has always allowed their like white men who date 14 and 15 years olds and black men too. Hollywood don't care. Hollywood don't care who they allow to do. Hollywood cares about the product. They've always allowed what they've allowed. That's no different. So stop telling me stuff. Stop telling me not to believe my own eyes or somebody's out to get R. Kelly. For what? He's even at the height of his career. Give me a break with that, though. And then, you say, well, oh my, there's so many angry black feminists. Because of this. This is why. I've thought about that, too. Why black women, we got this gender thing? Well, because of this. I don't believe it. I think it's... And people say, well, the family wants money. Probably. Still don't mean he didn't do it. Still don't mean he didn't do it. And we have to at a certain point.
I'll say it. This might be the dad's plan B.
Yeah, of course. Well, I didn't get the money from R. Kelly to start to have my own Beyonce, but I'm gonna call a press conference and I'm gonna get some money and I'm gonna file a lawsuit. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that. I'm not giving the parents the pass. I'm just saying, what kind of world we live in where you just giving R. Kelly a pass? He's living with a harem of women in the house, young girls in the house. You're like, well, they of age. At a certain point, black people.
You're 50.
My black people, we have to learn the difference between immoral and illegal. There's a lot of stuff Obama did to manipulate the black vote and pretend like he was African American when he knew he wasn't, and pretend like he had our best interest at heart and we knew he didn't. That stuff to me is immoral, but it ain't illegal. You all talk about this Congressional Black Caucus and all these Republicans who do stuff to us and these, racists. A lot of that stuff is immoral, but it's not illegal. I'm not accusing R. Kelly of any kind of illegality. That don't make it right. Immoral and illegal are two different things. So please stop telling me, well, he went to court and he was found, he was cleared. Yes, in the court of law he was cleared. Somehow the poor girl, the girl who he was with and her parents, somehow they ended up in France. I know they have no France money, but apparently they ended up in France. So yeah, he cleared. Illegal, that don't mean it's not immoral. There are a lot of stuff that you do is wrong. Like if you knew a man right today, if you had a friend and your friend married a woman and they agreed, no sneaking or nothing, they agreed we're going to have a baby. The woman had the baby and he left town and started a new life and just, I'm going to pay child support, I don't want to be bothered. There's nothing illegal about that. But please tell me that you would think there's something wrong with that in terms of his moral code to do that, to agree to have a baby, and just be like, well, I'm out. I just decide I don't want to be bothered. That is not, and the same thing if a woman does it. It's not a male or female thing. There are certain things that are not illegal that are immoral. If a woman decides that she's gonna leave her husband, who's been with her and paid for her to pay for her dreams, and then she gets it big, he paid for her law degree, and she gets to be an attorney, and she's making $350 a year, and she says, "Well, I don't want to be bought. I don't think I want to be married no more." There's nothing illegal about that, but she's being immoral. That's wrong. She used that man. So we have to learn the difference. There's a court of law and there's a court of public opinion, and that's what I'm dealing with. You have, if you go to clip 11, there's a great article. Where it's from 2016, where they talk about R. Kelly's assistant brother, his former assistant brother, and a bunch of other people basically said, yeah, he has a problem with young girls. I mean, this isn't anything that's new. And they've said this time and time again, and we're still like, no, R. Kelly's all right. What are you talking about? I mean, and I don't know what to say. Like, listen, I'm not saying that I actually have a degree of empathy for R. Kelly. R. Kelly had a hard life. Yeah. From everything I've read, R. Kelly had a hard life. He grew up in like Chicago. He got shot one time. Somebody trying to steal his bike. Apparently he saw a friend die. He was molested by a woman, apparently, which probably created this dysfunction. And when you live in poverty, you don't get no therapy.
Right. Like, let's not pretend R. Kelly knew how to be gracious with his power.
No.
Like, who trained R. Kelly how to be gracious with his power?
No,
or
nobody.
like to wield it with like a sense of justice or community in mind? No.
And who told R. Kelly not to do to other people what happened to him? Abused people become abusers. Yeah. And R. Kelly never got the help he needed. He never got the help that was required for him to come out of what he had been in. What brought him out of that was music.
Yeah, and Hollywood's not going to help him.
And Hollywood's not going to help him. And then the thing is, instead of just saying like everybody's out to get R. Kelly, y'all need to, I mean, black men, if you support this dude, why don't you start a hashtag, get help Robert or something like that? I don't care. Why don't you get this man, like the people around him and the people support him, instead of just saying R. Kelly, these women is just they just skanks or whatever. Why don't you just get that man the help he need? Because maybe his development stopped at the point. At some point, maybe it got thwarted because of how he was treated and abused. That's possible. He's been needing help for a long time, and instead of just caping for him because he's a black man, why don't you say, "Hey, brother, if you see him in the street, I know these people, they ain't right." No, why don't you say, "Hey, brother, you need some help. Something's going on with you to where your fixation is stuck at around anywhere from 14 to 17, and now you just wait till they get 18 to avoid legal trouble." No. And why do you enjoy the company? As a man who's this old, why do you enjoy the company? I saw the little young girl on TMZ. How do you enjoy this person's company? She's like 21, 22. What do y'all talk about? So you have to ask, at what point R. Kelly's development was stunted? And like, he needs some help. He been needing some help. But listen, we can't just sit around for you to get help. You got to stop doing what you're doing. People don't be like, when people molest people and do all kind, well, they need help. You got to stop. Like, this is becoming a problem. And he should have, it should have, when you're wealthy, you don't have to get your stuff fixed. You just got people you got attorneys, you got people that can hide it. And you got people that can pay for people. You got people that said, R. Kelly was basically, giving, he had people basically handing out his phone number to young girls at the audience. I mean, it's just a lot. And for people to be like, well, that's not true, they is out to get R. Kelly. No, it's not. R. Kelly had a rough life. And the thing is, that's the context of poverty. It creates not only the girl that goes to see R. Kelly, it creates R. Kelly. Right? It creates a guy who never got therapy for his trauma, and it creates a girl who's in a situation where she wants to be the next Beyonce because of what she's seeing reported, but she don't have the tools to do that. So I'm gonna go and be with this man in this house. That's what it creates. The context, this is what black life is, and the environment that we are in has created this. So yes, I see it all. That's just what it is for me. So you put the number up, Armin, so we can. I'm about ready to start taking calls. I want to know what y'all got to say about this. I'm watching it now. Or you pay people off. Yeah, somebody said this is what you can do as well. And that's why historic income inequality is a problem. Because you can do a whole lot of stuff. You can get out of a whole lot of stuff.
And this is also why I think like the kings and queens languages, that's not brothers, that's not comrades.
No, it's not brothers, it's not sisters, it's not comrades, it's not anything. We come from kings and queens. Everybody know king and ain't no queen. Some of us are spear chuckers.
Yeah.
Be mad.
Yeah.
I don't care. It is what it is. We are who we are. Everybody, ain't nobody. You think white people are so much different? In caves in Europe and stuff, they no different. Stop thinking. Stop trying to big you. Ain't nobody big though. We all come from horrible stuff. Mixed up from horrible stuff and some good stuff and some real horrible stuff. There was this book. I think I read it a while ago. There was this book where the war of something 1 year and the people were so hungry. It was somewhere in Europe and they was digging up graves and eating dead bodies. That ain't no king and queen either. People think that like I have to make up stuff because I have to combat the idea of white America, whatever. They come from some stuff too. We all come from some stuff. We mixed up with them too.
I honestly, I don't even call my daughter either my daughters princesses or anything like that.
Really?
No, that's not what it's about. We're in it together. Plus, princesses don't work. I want my daughters to work for a living.
Lazy. They just lay around, right?
They're not even queens. They don't have responsibility. Like they just work.
Yeah, where they do that at? You don't get to do that. You better get up. Get your ass up. Right now, kick you out that bed. We don't get to be laying around. Who you think you is?
I try to. So I got that in there early.
Yeah.
Like I was like, because she said, "Why don't you call me princess?" And I was like, "Well, princesses don't work. Ose frimpongs work.
Ose frimpongs work.
We work. We got jobs to do."
All right, let's go. What y'all got to say about this? That's all I want to know.
Oh, what's up, y'all? Yvette, my man, Remy, this Tim from Jersey. How y'all doing tonight? Doing
good. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm gonna keep it concise because I heard you in the beginning. But y'all had a caller last week that called about religion, and I just wanted to see what was your thoughts about the Hebrew Israelites and their basic premise, as I take it to be that if black people follow pretty much all the laws in Leviticus and everything in the Bible, that may be our way for kind of like personal empowerment and I guess to some degree, like you say, political education. So that was just my question. I'm going to leave it with that and I'll let y'all respond.
Thank you. I don't know nothing about no Hebrew Israelite.
Well, no, I mean, like that'll have us stoning people and like, yeah, there are a lot of, you open up Numbers in Deuteronomy, you'll find a lot of things you don't want to do in your life.
They say he a hotel.
What's up?
They say he a hotel.
Well,
I don't know.
I've read enough Bible to know that the word justice in there comes up in many languages, Greek and Hebrew, a lot. So we need to, and in Romans, like, Paul says, like, look, what you got to do is use your bodies as instruments of justice. Use your bodies as instruments of justice.
But then you might get hurt.
You might get hurt. That's part of the job, though. Medgar Evers isn't like, well, I could do this, but I might get hurt.
Yeah.
Part of the gig is, and this is one thing we aren't honest about. Part of the gig is actually accepting the right amount of vulnerability. And this is, all right, so I was thinking about the damage that the 60s assassinations did on the black political imagination. Like watching Medgar Evers die, watching King die, watching Malcolm X died. You know what it did? A whole lot. It scared our parents' generation.
Oh yeah, they traumatized.
Yeah, they don't want like my mom didn't want me to go down like Malcolm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that like did something to our politics, especially in the South.
Yeah, I agree.
So like to think about like what that did to the political imagination. Nobody wants to be a little bit vulnerable. There has to be like, we need to be mature enough that everyone understands the vulnerability of politics and embraces it.
Yeah, you're going to die anyway.
Might as well die on your feet.
You might as well die on your feet. You ain't going to hush. So let's take the next one.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Yvette. Hey, Army. How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good.
I just wanted to give a couple comments. First one is really on the show and what you guys are doing. I really appreciate it. I love it. I want to give Show Army some love. When he offers his perspective, it's always something new, different that I haven't even thought of that way. I just want to shout you out real quick. You always have this interesting perspective that comes, it lines up with what Yvette is saying, but it's saying it in a different way, and it connects with me in a different way. So I wanted to give you that comment, that feedback.
Oh, thank you.
The other thing I have to say is around this father. If my daughter was in any type of situation or anything going on, I have a 6-year-old daughter, there's no way I can calmly articulate anything. I would be trying to take somebody's head off. And the way he spoke and talked about his daughter, I agree with you, Yvette. It felt like something was off. I just couldn't imagine my daughter being in some type of harm's way, and I'm here with all dressed up nicely. I would be out there acting some kind of crazy trying to get my daughter out of harm's way. That's just something instinctively I think a father would do. And I didn't see that from him, and it just felt weird to me. I'm like, how is he talking like this and speaking this way? His daughter's potentially in some type of harm's way. I just couldn't connect with that. I would be losing my mind. They'd have to hold me down or keep me outside of some type of watch where I wouldn't go out and hurt somebody and get my daughter home safely. So that's all I have to say.
No, I agree with you. Thank you, caller. I appreciate that. I mean, it was off to me too. It was so choreographed. Now I'm going to take your question and I'm going to step back in here. It was just too much about you. It was too much about you. You started making this too much about you, and that's what led me to that belief. Now I could be right, I could be wrong. I don't be wrong. I don't say that I'm right about everything or whatever. I don't ever pretend to be right about everything. But I'm just saying it gave me a whiff of some buzz. That's all I'm saying. Now, and I understand why that is. The context where we exist. He got dreams too. His daughter if she can sing or do whatever, he got his own set of dreams, and that's how we live now. And so I want to thank the caller for calling in, but I agree.
Hello? Say hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey!
You can hear me?
Yes!
Okay, hey, this is Open Mind. Just didn't even know I was in. I want to say, first of all, Black Power fist to you, sister. I just subscribed to you after your response to Umar Johnson's video when you said black folks don't have political education. That grabbed me, and I'm hooked ever since. But just to speak on the R. Kelly thing, I've been done with R. Kelly since the PP scandal, and this shit doesn't even surprise me. When I saw it, I was just like, okay, why is everybody surprised? He's been this way. It doesn't shock me, and I don't in response, you said something earlier when you said he needed some help. He been needing help.
Yeah.
And I ain't never been a fan. And I stopped dating a girl when she said her favorite singer was R. Kelly, and I asked her, I was like, he's a pedophile, right? He got pedo tendencies. I don't care. He can sing. I hung up the phone and deleted her number because I couldn't believe somebody, a female, would still be his fan knowing these things about him. And that's all I wanted to say. God bless you, sister. Keep up the good work. I'm going to donate.
All right, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate your call. Thank you. With new subscriber, we sure do appreciate you now. I used to try to and I've always tried to separate the art from the artist, but I don't even now when I hear R. Kelly song, I'll be like, step in the name, ooh. Yeah, it just feels a certain way. It feels wrong. And I know I've watched movies I'm sure I've watched some movies by white pedophiles.
Yeah, Woody Allen and yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
I don't like it when I do. When I watch a Woody Allen movie, because I just can't get it off my mind.
Yeah, well, R. Kelly's special because he's writing for us. His audience is black.
Yeah, that's true.
That's different than Woody Allen, who's writing for
And I ain't making Woody Allen famous.
Yeah.
He famous whether or not I watch his movie or not.
Right.
So I mean, it's just I just wish. I mean, he should have got some help a long time ago. I mean, that's what happens when you get famous, or you get a lot of yes people around you who just oh man, them girls. And
well, no, that's what happens when you get famous and everyone around you is broke.
Yeah.
That's not just there was no. Well, I'm going to tell R. Kelly what I really think about him because I got a backup.
Yeah, because I'm a neurosurgeon. So I'm just
R. Kelly fires me, I can get a job at my dad's office. It'll be
good.
fine.
I'm an attorney. Whatever. Or even if you're just stable, I got a good job and I ain't gonna lose it. I'm making a strong 70. Whatever. If he want to get the hell on, he can get the hell on. Like,
so I'm going to tell him the truth.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him the truth about himself. No. But you need a lot of people telling the truth because he can always kick one. You need everybody around there to be stable, to be like, you ain't going to have nobody. How many people you going to kick off? Because we all going to just be gone. That's what happens. Got people around you lighting your cigars and holding your phones. That's futile anyway. I ain't lighting nobody's cigars all the time.
I don't
you can't
want
pay
anybody.
me enough just to walk around with you and light your cigars. Anyway, that's another story.
I can open my own water.
Yes, I don't need you to open my water. I don't trust people not to poison me anyway. I don't eat everybody's food. But go on.
We'll go here. All right. You're on.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, hey.
Hey.
How you doing? Good. My name is Les. I'm calling you from Brooklyn, New York. I think it's important to know how far you are reaching out to people.
Great.
And there's a couple of things I want to mention. R. Kelly is not doing anything that is out of the ordinary. He's just being messy with it. And for whatever reason, R. Kelly he doesn't come across as good as he is in interviews. So he's not likable, because I'm not going to snitch on anybody, but there are known actors that we all love, basketball players, football players, all major stars. They're known to have apartments out in LA and stuff like that, housing females, legitimate harems and stuff like that. It's been going on for years, and no one is saying anything about it. So what R. Kelly is doing is not out of the ordinary. Yes, people who are economically challenged always are going to look for the come up, and sometimes your sexuality or your sexual situation has to be presented, and you just got to hope for the best. But it's sad that I'm not picking up for R. Kelly at all, but it seems like, basically, you mentioned it, he basically has a harem, but for whatever reason, it's being challenged differently than the other people that are doing it. Because again, if I start to name to you actors that you probably love, it would crush the whole entire situation. So I just wanted to just say, what fair is fair. R. Kelly should definitely know what he's doing, because he's half of 100 and he should know better, but he's not doing better. So it's just something that I just want to throw out there to you, just so you can talk about it a little bit. But this is nothing new that R. Kelly's doing. Nothing new, not at all. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carl. I appreciate it. He's saying that everybody out there doing it, R. Kelly just messy. He's saying R. Kelly just messy, and everybody out there is doing it. I think I would say in the black community, it's about kind of the power differential. We have like these 5 aspirations. You want to be a doctor, lawyer, video vixen, hip hop star. Our boys and girls need more aspirations. But I don't doubt that and part of the reason that they don't. I mean, he made the other actors, the white actors probably that you're talking about, they probably just have more money to keep people quiet. So that may be why they're more successful at it.
Yeah. I just think that there's just a more variegated, there's just more different kinds of lives.
Wait, what that word you use, Iron?
Variegated. It means many colored.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's SAT words for our teens who are watching. Variegated. Variegated.
Anyway, there's a problem when, if you ask a 14-year-old what they want to do and they can only name 5 different things. Doctor, lawyer, hip-hop star, athlete, or, dancing videos. I've tutored kids, and those are the things they know. When that's the only thing you know how to be, and then as soon as you X off doctor and lawyer, the other 3 things we don't want you to be. So that's you're not So our kids just need more access, and I say pipelines, to more different kinds of careers. And if you're around if your choice is either poverty wages, you look at everyone you know is working at the chicken shack, or everyone you know is working at some job that you don't want any part of, or taking a shot by sleeping with R. Kelly, that you're gonna take.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good life while sleeping with R. Kelly.
Well, that's
the thing.
You're gonna try it. You're gonna be like, well,
you're gonna have more than you had at your house.
You're gonna have more than you had at your house.
You're gonna go to restaurants and see a luxurious life in a luxurious home. So you don't want to go home.
That's a problem with not having a black middle class. It makes you food. It makes you prey.
It makes you food. It makes you food. You are food for somebody else to come. Oh, that's awful. It makes you food.
We need a middle class. It shouldn't just be feast or famine, or like $1,700 or 18 million. Like, we need middle. Lots of it.
Yeah, I agree. Makes you food.
Yeah, when you don't have a middle class.
Somebody say Soylent Green. Yeah, I know that's right. Soylent Green.
You really think R. Kelly thinks of or any of the actors or athletes think of these women as anything more than food?
Oh, yeah, they're just sex toys.
Now, the problem is, and I take this as a black man, people look at black men and think of us as like these stars, right? Like, if the only one you see on TV is like R. Kelly or Tiger Woods or anything like that, like that's not black men. That's like a small, so small that less than insignificant.
Yeah, so and that's why I have, like people like, well, he represents. No, he don't. No, he
Ray
don't.
Rice doesn't.
And the only reason you think that is because like we elevate him too. We need to tell all these media places, stop showing me all this all the time. Like start reporting on regular people. And we need to start, like, we bear some responsibility here. Stop clicking on that all the time. Yeah. Click on real stories and real news.
And you know what? Honestly, start making people like Shonda Rhimes have shows about regular people.
Yeah, and good shows about stuff instead of like a black woman in the White House sleeping with the president or whatever the hell. Really?
That's not like any Negro you know.
And any Negro you ever gonna know.
And the people who are faking like that are just doing that.
Fiction.
Faking.
Yeah, faking. You ain't making no moves. Come on, honey.
Oh, snap.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's my favorite two people in the world talking about politics. Yeah, how y'all doing tonight?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Well, I could be doing better actually, but you know how we do. You know we ain't doing too good. But this is Maryland call. I called a couple months ago. I told you I work for a lady who knows somebody that works within the government to get a contract. I just wanted to say, Irony, you're absolutely right. It's all about getting the contract. You're not doing nothing. You're wasting your time on the entrepreneurial side if you're not getting contract. But just to speak about the R. Kelly thing, I was about 10 years old when the little peace situation happened, and in my mind, I'm like, why is everybody still listening to this man? My mother, aunt, everybody stepping in the name of love.
Yeah.
Already going a little tangent, but I wanted to ask you, because I live in Maryland, D.C. area, you think it'd be a good idea for me to probably go sit in the Congress people's office or Senate people's office? Because I've been in what's the guy from Atlanta? That every year he pronounces, it's been how many years since
John Lewis, yeah.
I think John Lewis, yeah. I've been in his office. My mother was like, oh my God, you don't know who this guy is. I was young at the time. I wasn't really educated, but I knew he was on some bullshit though. But you think it'd be a good idea? But you think it'd be a good idea if I was to go in there and ask these certain people certain questions and then report it back to you so that we know how to respond to these people?
Thank you, Carla. I appreciate that. Iron, what you think?
Should
he go and
I'm willing to sit in there. I know the
Listen, I think at any time that you have the opportunity to challenge a congressperson, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Like I would never tell you not to challenge a congressperson and try to get some. I would never tell you not to do that. Now don't do anything above board and get yourself arrested. But I would never tell you not to challenge them. If you live in the D.C. Maryland area and you see them out, I think you should I think we should start carrying a list of questions about black politics just in case we run into somebody with some power, whether it be local or national, that we're going to ask them. Because you should not be able to walk the streets among black people if you're not doing anything for black people.
And the first question is always going to be...
Exactly. So, I'm with you. Because everybody talk about Obama invited to the cookout and whoever. I don't know. You can't come to my cookout. You better not come to my neighborhood.
No, you ain't my dude. You got to go.
Yeah. No, and the first question is always, what are you going to do to put money in black people's pockets?
Yep. What are you going to do? Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. Like, yeah, what are you going to do with money in black people's pockets? And don't be like, well, we know we all live and we're all American. No.
Generational poverty.
No. We're not all Americans the same. What are you going to do to put money? I'll ask it to you 10 times. And after that, you're just going to have to leave my space. You know, we're going to have to just start putting these people on blast, local and national. Like that might be the next leg after we start our chapters. We gotta start putting people on blast. What are you doing? You just chilling out getting a check? You a welfare congressman? Is that it? No, we ain't doing that no more.
I'm thinking we might need to gear up. This might be they're gonna send Kamala after us. You got 3 years. Get ready.
Who?
Kamala's coming.
Kamala's coming. You think they really gonna put outside that?
It's gonna be. You need to talk to her. Light-skinned woman to light-skinned woman. like this is coming.
I don't think she cares.
Start lifting event.
I think we just need to. I think I need you to plan the opposition. Because I don't think Kamala care. I don't think she cares. She's a politician.
Kamala's a problem, but I don't know if America's ready to say no to her. You got to get your people ready.
Yeah, I think we have to start mobilizing. I do. We have to start mobilizing against her because the ascension is real. She coming up.
She's coming up,
and she don't care.
I'm from California, a diverse state. That state's been shedding black people.
Shedding black people like dead skin.
You just talk to Antonio, he'll tell you.
Yeah, shedding black people. That state's been shedding black people. She don't care. All she wants to talk about diversity and immigrants are not criminals and let's do what's right for everyone. Girl, if you don't, I went to Howard University. I'm an AKA Skeeter Weep. No, why y'all let her in anyway? But anyway, go on, Ari. I'm sorry.
You're on, Colin.
Hello?
How you doing? You on?
Hearing?
I can hear you.
So I want to talk about the R. Kelly situation real quick, and then I'll leave it up to you too.
Okay.
I love what you guys have done, breaking ground.
Thank you.
I love your work, but no one knew anything about the Aaliyah and R. Kelly situation back in the day. Didn't black folks tell white folks that he was allegedly a pedophile? Then he was saying, I believe I can fly, but white folks didn't really care. So now people are suddenly surprised, 20 years later? And my question is, no one, what?
Can you get off the phone? In the real world. Damn it, I'm talking to a vet.
Damn it! Get your calls, Iron Man.
He's dropped. Someone cut him off. He's gone. Give me that phone.
Just going up. 10 o'clock. You gotta go to school.
Ooh. Hey, another thing, by the way, if you
scared me.
I'm thinking if you talk to one of these politicians, if you don't mind, if you got someone with you, get it on tape.
Yeah, if you got your camera phone is beautiful.
Camera's on phone.
You don't have to have no camera no more. Camera phone is beautiful.
Ask them about what they're gonna do to put money in black people's politics, and get your boy filming that.
Yeah.
Black people's politics.
Get your friend, because he ain't gonna do it if you film it. Get your friend over there. Hey,
film this. I'm just gonna ask him one question.
Get over there and zoom in.
Just one question. It's a simple. You're on. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Yvette. I just want to say a shout out to you. I got hooked on your show. I'm not black, but I got black kids, and I want to educate them like you to be strong black independent women and no black politics.
Good.
I spread the word for you also, all my black friends, all my female black friends, and I tell them they need to wake up and get re-educated because they're all hooked on a days too. So I get into these great arguments, or not arguments, but discussions, and I share your breaking ground so they can get re-educated also. So I just want to support you.
Thank you.
And thank you for opening my eyes too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate it.
So keep doing a great job.
We will. Thank you, and keep listening. We will. Thank you, caller. We got to start asking these people where they from.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like somebody said, that sounds like an ally. Sounds like an ally.
Yeah,
sounds like an ally. You don't have to be African American to be an ally.
So, how come people are resistant to our message? How come her friends give her static about Yvette's depressing. Oh, I don't need that negativity in my mind.
It's not like that's so stupid. It's like math is negative. Like I'm just giving most of what I'm giving you is the data. That's just math. That's not negative. It's just the way it is. How you interpret it is how you choose to interpret it. And if you're so emotionally weak that this just breaks you, then ain't nothing I can do. Your parents should have raised you stronger. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like there was a time we were enslaved and getting whips to the back and hung from trees. Like we're not there now. So we have. I mean, I don't know what you would have did then. I guess you would have just cracked up. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with like real weak people. Like so, I think we're caught in this illusion. Like, and it's not just their fault. It's just it's the whole society, from media and television and black celebrities and black politicians. Everybody has told black people that we're in a position that we're not in, and so when they get to me, they don't even know how to digest it. It's like Westworld. Last season Westworld, when you say something to somebody in Westworld and you say something they're not supposed to understand, they be like, they didn't hear it. Who? I didn't understand what you just said. Like that's how it's almost like how the brains are working. Like I just can't accept what you're saying to me because it crushes how I see myself and how I see my community. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. You got to get over it. And in order for us to move forward, black people got to get over this thing of like, well, I just don't believe it. You don't get to just don't believe stuff. That's like saying I don't believe in gravity and walking off a building. See what happened. So keep them going, Arm. Let's take like two more.
Hi, Yvette and Army.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. My name is Rose. I'm a descendant of American slaves, and I'm in Los Angeles.
Hey.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for all of your fantastic work. I really have a lot of respect for you, and I tell black people all the time we are worth nothing but $1,700. So I'm spreading the word out here. I'm so happy that you're doing this show about R. Kelly. This is common. This is very common within the industry, within the Hollywood industry. My cousin is in the industry. This is very common with men with power, privilege, money, having sex with underage girls and boys. This is common. Yeah. And I don't know why we are still supporting R. Kelly. I'm not a fan of his. But I saw the tape years ago, and that girl was an underage girl. Yes, and the black community came out to support him. They did jury nullification there and let this man go. He does have a issue, and he does enjoy girls who are underage.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. And we know that one of the top people who involved himself in this behavior is Roman Polanski, who violently raped that young girl who was underage, drugged her, raped her, sodomized her, flew off to Europe, and Hollywood, they praise him, and they want him back.
Yep.
So this is accepted.
Yeah, by everybody.
By everybody. It is accepted. I was approached for my daughter to enter the industry to be a model. She's a beautiful little girl, and she has that look that they like in LA, that Creole biracial look. That's the look that they want. I was approached. I declined it because I'm in a situation that, I have a career. I'm comfortable. I don't need the money.
Yeah.
So therefore, when they approached me for my daughter, I turned it down. And my little girl always says, she's just 10, remember when they approached you about me going into being a modeling, because different agents kept on approaching you because I have a family member that's in the industry. I told them no, because I wasn't going to allow them to have sex with my daughter. I wasn't going to allow them to exploit my daughter.
Yeah.
But a lot of parents, they do, Yvette. They allow their children to be exploited. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. But the most important thing you just said was I didn't need the money. That's the thing.
I didn't need it. That's why I turned it down. But a lot of them, they need the money, and I know for a fact they have allowed their children to be exploited.
Thank you,
Carl. It's very common out here.
Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. I appreciate that insight because I'm not in LA, so I appreciate that. But, and the thing is, what she said is, I didn't need the money. I don't need the money. If we had more black people who could say, I don't need the money, that changes the whole power dynamic. That changes the whole relationship when you can say, you know what? I don't have to send my daughter over there because I don't need the money. I have money. I got enough to make sure my kid is okay. I don't need to make my kid my lotto ticket. When you have that, you don't have to do that. So I think that's, if we had more black people who could say, listen, I'm not comfortable because my kid I don't need the money. We need more people more parents who are able to say, I don't need the money. It's just that simple.
Yeah. All right, one more, or you done?
One more. We can take another.
404, we're going to Atlanta. It's Atlanta, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Yes. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Irony.
Hey.
This is Dawn. I'm calling from. Hey, how are you? I'm calling from Atlanta. Once again, great job. And I want to tell you, so I'm in Atlanta Public Schools, and we have a community group, and we've had it for years, and we do a lot of community programming. We are literally in the midst right now trying to figure out what type of programming we are going to do for the 2017-2018 school year. I think that what y'all are doing is so wonderful. And what our kids and what they need exposure to. We're just trying to figure out, as we listen to you, how do we take what you're doing and turn it into something that we can program and start teaching kids, the kids in our community. Do y'all have any ideas?
You want to go first, Ivy? I'll go second.
Oh yeah. Well, honestly, look.
I can't breathe.
Look, if we had more money, we could hire someone to cut up clips that are like kid friendly.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could do that. But you know what else I think?
Also, you're in Atlanta, just hire that
you know
out.
what else I think? I think we have to start teaching black politics real early. Right?
Yeah,
and
real
now you can't
I agree.
You can't read some of these books to middle school. Right? You can read, you should be able to read when affirmative action was white in the 9th grade. Yeah. Right? And you should be able to introduce, like, all we learn about in elementary school are like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, just like that Fred Hampton clip I put up the other week. Like, we should be able to just teach them who these people are and what they did. Just basic stuff when they in elementary. Just who these people are and what they did and why that was important. So when they move on, they at least have a context for moving forward. They at least have a context. I know who these people are. I know what they did. I know who the Panthers are. I know who the black radicals are. I know who all of these people are in my community and what they did. I know that the Black Panthers had a food program. I know that they were concerned about community. So you can instill in them early community as opposed to just, I'm gonna get rich one day. So I think when they're early young, you just frame it. You just begin putting those names in there and telling them about what these people stood for and making these people their heroes early. Because see, you're gonna give them basketball players. Now make these people their heroes so when they move on, they know what their heroes really look like. That's where I start.
And I also I love it. And to add to that, what you said a little earlier, both of you have said it numerous times about we've got to have these kids aspire, not only to them as heroes are people that have black political agendas, but also, hey, if I'm middle class, if I have just a little bit over, that's a great life.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a great idea, because I was trying to figure out how to wrap it up, but I think that's it. How do we teach our kids to be appreciative and really look for ways to have a good, stable life?
Yeah. Yeah. And the best way to do that is to show them the people in our past. We have a rich history of people who were black radicalism is more in our background, honestly, than black capitalism. Right? So you have a group of people who were courageous. These are people who were heroes in our politics. This doesn't go just back to the Panthers. You can go back to the 1800s, the 1700s. We have those people. Our people don't know those people. They don't know those people. And I think we have to do the heavy lifting and bring those people in and say, these are your heroes. Don't get it twisted when you get into middle school and high school. These are our heroes. These are people who believe in community and taking care of each other. And that's what we respect. These are our values. Because what you're giving kids early on is values.
Right.
These are the values that you got to get them before they get to accepting this whole thing about rappers or whatever. Get them the values.
Yeah, our people are going to organize for justice.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you for calling in. And I think I appreciate your call, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Anybody who's working with the kids, that's so wonderful. I appreciate what you're doing. So, everybody, Somebody said you should do a Black Center Civics course. I was thinking about that. Somebody was asking me if we maybe at some point put together like a course or something like that. So I think at some point we might do that, or even just like if I could find somebody who does good videos or something, like, with little cartoons and stuff, maybe a YouTube channel where we put together if I could put together a YouTube channel where we put together the stuff about these people with a little, just like it could be like a little. I saw some site, Irony, that was doing it for like philosophers and stuff, and they would tell you in 5 minutes who the philosopher was and what they stood for. Like, if I could do that, if I could find somebody to do that, like, that would be great, because then you could show it to the kids. You could show the YouTube video to the children.
Yeah, so on my website, thefunkyacademic.com, if you scroll down, you'll find I did short videos. They're 3 or 5 minutes long, be like, what is rights? What is neoliberalism? Those are used in colleges, I found out. Like schools use
that's
them.
good stuff.
But I think they're also, like, if you want to talk kids through them, you could use them in high school. Go to my website,
scroll all the way down to the...
Scroll down, because the first few interviews are just kind of long-form interviews. But like my what are rights, what is justice, what are institutions, stuff like that. Those are just short, 5-6 minutes. And I try to do it to like 70s funk and 90s hip-hop. Mm-hmm. And there was 5 minutes. They're great. I've used them in my class. Apparently a lot of other people are using them in their classes too.
Yeah.
So definitely for high schoolers.
Get this stuff early.
Yeah.
Get
it.
Yep, check it out. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. This was a special Tuesday show. Breaking Brown family, I appreciate it. As usual, if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, like I said, go to breakingbrown.com. That's $2 a month, $50, Lord, 50 cents per newsletter. $2 a month, and I send you links that I think are important for improving political education and stuff you might have missed during the week, but stuff that we gonna talk about. So you can do that. Go to donatebrown.com to donate. You can also donate at breakingbrown.com. You can donate a certain amount, a month, or you can donate, one time. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. We'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you think. Let us know what you're talking about. So Army, you ready to tune on out?
Let's do it.
Let's let everybody know what you're talking about. We will still be back tomorrow. So don't forget to come back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about some new and different black politics. That's not centered around the context of the R. Kelly situation. So I appreciated it, and I will see you all next time.